Hi there, this is Eric, Oregon Choice Group, standing out in front of 14850 Southeast 232nd Drive, Damascus. Listed for $569 or $570. 5 bedroom, 2.5 bath, built 1940. It's 2,700 or 2,740 square feet, 700 upstairs or 750 upstairs, 990 on the main, and then another 990 down. We're right on 232nd, which is it is a arterial street. I believe the speed limit is going to be right around 45 on this street here. You are far enough back that it's not too, and then you have a lot of foliage here, laurel and some fir trees, it looks like, separating the space. But another thing, the property is 2 acres, or 87,000, roughly 87,000 square feet, and then it's 176 square feet or feet of frontage by 495 feet of depth here. And this road, I believe, is shared. Well, obviously it's shared by some of the neighbors, but you do have some of your property butts up to the road here, so you can access your property down there. We'll go ahead and head inside. Another thing that I need to mention is that the taxes a year here are $4,300, $4,367 a year. From the outside, it's sheet metal siding. It's an aluminum siding. Pretty decent stuff. It's tough to tell what's underneath, but it's rock solid stuff. Nothing too concerning with that. What I don't like is that there's no overhang. I mean, there's a little bit than most salt box style houses, but it's really not the most ideal. You could if you could take a graph and look at water intrusion per overhang, it's, the more overhang you have, the least amount of water intrusion. And then the least amount of overhang, the more water intrusion. But these homes are built to be leaky, so when you have water intrusion on a leaky home, it tends to dry up, and you tend not to have much for problems. But newer homes, you can't have it. Real high pitch to these roofs, which is really great. You can make a roof last, a whole heck of a lot longer if you maintain it when you have a high pitch. You have 2 trees that are pretty close to the house that you just have to be careful of. These tend to drop a lot of branches and needles and that sort of thing. Wisteria growing up here next to the house. You want to keep this trimmed up. This is not the right way to have any vines or anything like that growing up next to the house. You can see that it's actually growing into the siding there. We'll step inside the front door. What I didn't mention when I was standing out to the side is that you pull in off of 232nd, and then the driveway is just back behind the house, and it butts up to that. It's a 2-car detached shop space. Putting my booties on here. So when you step in the house, the living area is to the left. You have a hallway that runs upstairs and downstairs, and you have a little dining area to your right. This all appears to be lath and plaster for your indoor material here, which is great. If you did do any demo, you will need to get, to dispose of the material, you will need to get it tested. So we'll stick to the right here. All single pane wood windows, and then they have a storm window on the outside. Not great for R value or anything like that, but they are really nice looking windows. Hardwood floors, staying in place. Pretty decent condition, it looks like. I mean, for being, 80 years old, it's roughly, my math's right there. Um, it's not in bad condition, definitely not. Could use a refinishing though, no doubt about it. So stepping into the kitchen. Decent height for ceilings. We're probably looking at about 7.5, 8 foot. They have butcher block countertops, farm sink, kind of a neat style. I can't tell from here. Looks like we're on galvanized pipe up here, up through the wall. So that's not the most ideal. I believe there is some copper, so if it's not grounded properly, galvanized pipe will tend to deteriorate a lot faster if there is copper anywhere in the system. So we're looking back into, you can see I'm parked right there, and then there's your shop. You have two refrigerators side by side, which is kind of a neat idea for use of that space there. And then tons of built-ins everywhere. So this is access to the basement, and then this is the upstairs, 1 bedroom on the main, and then we're looking back at the living area. So we'll actually walk back over here real fast. Lots of just really cool little doors, and really has a lot of character, this house. Then stepping into the living area here, really decent space. The way it's set up, it's kind of choppy with their furniture in here, but it's hard to tell. But yeah, it would be great windows. They have a little wood burner, newer wood burner stove. Just like the neat little details of old houses, the grate there. Okay, so we'll look at this first bedroom and the bathroom. French door closet. And just neat little details, you know, which looks out over into the backyard. And then we have a half bath on the main here. Tile floor, a bit of wainscoting, pedestal sink, little built-ins. And then we will go upstairs first. This is a little laundry chute. Okay, so heading upstairs. Head height is good on everything. Stairs have really good tread depth and height, so you're not tripping over anything, and it feels good to walk up these stairs. So stepping in, they have windows, really just well lit, very comfortable feeling home. So we have a little entryway here, some custom railing. We have a bathroom, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms up. So look at the bathroom first. A vinyl tile floor with a this is a cast iron tub with tile backsplash, shower, and then this looks out over into the backyard as well. More storage. No, really old pedestal sink or lavatory. And then we're looking into that bedroom, so we'll go over here to the right. Really good sized bedroom. That's a king mattress there, and there's plenty of room to walk on either side. And this is looking out over onto the side yard. You can kind of see there's a little fountain and seating area. They have a pool over there, above ground pool. Tons of little closets, and just neat. Just real good use of space. So hallway into. Okay, so and then this is a walk-in closet with a bedroom here. Smaller bedroom, that's a full mattress, or twin. It goes full twin, so I think that's a twin mattress, if I'm mistaken. Geez. And then this looks out into the front yard. Pretty quiet. I mean, this room, you hear a little bit of car sounds, but nothing too intrusive. So it would blend. You'd stop hearing it after after a short time. And here's another laundry chute. And then the fourth bedroom up, or third bedroom up. My bearings here. And then this is looking out over onto the driveway and side yard. Shorter ceilings up here, not as high, obviously, but you know, I want to say I'm 6'2", so it's probably about 7 foot up here. Okay, so we're gonna head downstairs to the basement, just so that we're clear here. So there's 3 bedrooms up, 1 bedroom on the main, and then heading down to the basement, there's 2 bedrooms down there. The one problem with the bedrooms downstairs is that they're not legal egress bedrooms. Kind of shorter from, you know, if you're taller, you could hit your head on the ceiling coming downstairs. But so stepping down, you have a bathroom, living area, and then 1 bedroom on our right, and the space for the lower level, and then another bedroom here and a utility area. So we'll start in here. Looks like they did a new lateral at some point, all newer ABS, where they could access it easily. You can see that there's still some either cast iron or galvanized steel where they couldn't, or they'd have to tear open too much the drywall or lath and plaster. There's been some newer stuff added here. You can see there's new framing. It's hard to tell what is here. And they have a sump pump, which is great. All new. So that lateral there. So, well, maybe not. I might be mistaken. That lateral looks like it's the original cast iron. They could have done it up to the cast iron, but everything on this side looks brand new. Not a big fan of these fittings here. Just it's a crimp PEX. PEX is solid, really quality stuff, will last forever, but the fittings aren't my favorite personal preference, but I know plenty of plumbers that swear by it, so that's just my opinion. Nothing that I'm seeing that's too concerning down here. Washer dryer. Doesn't have much for bad smells or anything like that. A lot of times you'll have, you know, smells or musty feeling in the basement, and I'm definitely not getting that here at all. Real high ceilings though down here. Very high ceilings for a basement. This closet is access to the furnace area. The mechanical closet here. Newer furnace. It doesn't look like there's AC. It's just a furnace. Unless I'm not seeing it, but no, there's no AC that I can tell from here. I might be running elsewhere, but Goodman's fine brand. I believe they're actually made in the U.S., so it's a lower end furnace, but it's sufficient. It seems a little small for the size of the house, though. So really decent sized little living area down here with a vinyl or a tile floor, whatever. There's a case, or not a casement, but a picture window here. I'm gonna flip this phone over. But a lot of these, this isn't necessary here, but really high access points. So we're looking at, I don't know if you can see it, almost 51 inches. So from a code perspective, you know, some of these bedrooms here, like this window's even higher. So this is technically, by today's standards, not a bedroom because of the egress problem, but you know, who's checking? So really bright little room. And then here's the bathroom. Really well done. I mean, it's, you know, looks like the homeowner probably did a lot of the work. The tile and stuff isn't like the grout here should have been white grout when you have, you know, a white wall behind it. You can do dark grout inside, but you probably want to do something a little lighter on the outside. And then this is I believe this feels like cast iron tub. What's great about cast iron tubs is that they hold the heat. You know, a lot of these new fiberglass tubs, they don't hold heat very well, so they just, the water gets colder a lot faster. So older tubs are nice for that. We're gonna step out into the backyard from the lower level, or the access to the basement. Looking at the garage here, you can see the property lines, that fence there, and the pool. We'll peek in the garage real fast. I'll get you a view of the back side of the house here. Really good looking house. I'm really impressed with the look of it. I haven't seen really a lot of access to the foundation. Nothing that was too concerning. 1940s, they were doing good work on foundations. There isn't really any concerns around local, because where they get concrete from is where you'd have the problem. So in the 1920s, they were using a Columbia River Rock concrete that a lot of these 1920s houses that used it are all having serious crumbling problems. And in the 40s and 50s and on, they were able to solve a lot of that. So pretty typical shop, two-door RV height, probably 10 foot, maybe a little bit taller than that, garage door. A lot of clutter in here, so it's kind of hard to tell, but a little door to the outside there. Nothing too special. Sheet metal siding, pretty typical shop space. You can see there's a lot of growth from this tree here. Not the most ideal tree, the way it's grown like that. This one's obviously leaning toward the house. The branches are a ways away, but you know, it's something to think about, you know, in the future. Just because that where they grew together, it's a weak point. So chicken coop, big farming people here, lots of farm. I believe there's cows and a few other goats. And then they have, you know, plants that they've planted there. Try to walk back and see what we can see. Try to keep this video as brief as possible. We're at, you know, over 15 minutes here, so I'll try to wrap it up. But chickens, big land. It's really a beautiful piece of property. They did try to sell it back last year, the year before that, and they ended up canceling it. So they were having trouble selling it then. It sounds like there is a lot of interest on it now, but who knows? Really, just it looks like pigeons or some kind of a bird. So anyway, we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough at the end, and if there's anything that I missed, I'll be sure to take pictures and I'll send them over too. Alrighty, talk to you guys soon. Bye now.